We have Mrs. Adi Blanco Harvey, our board trustee, who's just joining us. And we have Mr. David Hollander, Director of Social Studies as well. And at this time, I'm going to turn the program over to our Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Geary.
Again, welcome to the inaugural TED Ed Student Talk Showcase at Grand Ave. Thank you all for coming and supporting these brave and amazing students right up here. Very proud of you before you even begin. Excellent job just being here. Quick reminder to the audience, please just silence your phones and try not to leave during the talks. Let them concentrate. Again, it is very courageous to be up there and speaking, and the spotlight definitely doesn't help, I'm sure. So what is a TED Talk? I have no idea, but Mr. Weiss will probably tell you later, wherever he may be. I don't know where he is either, but anyway, the best I could tell you, and I've done extensive research, and when I say extensive, it is walking through Mr. Weiss's TED Ed Club while I get my morning coffee. So that's my extensive research. So the best I could tell is that you're going to be entertained by highly intelligent people who will talk about a wide range of topics. If you cannot intelligently talk about a wide range of topics, you get to be the MC. So that's where I am tonight. So, is he ready? Start the show. Easy back. Okay. Now, for more information than I gave you about what a TED Talk actually is, coming to the stage right now, Mr. Paul Weiss.
Oh, thank you so much for all coming. This is the spotlight, a live feed. This is, I think I would rather play the 12th hole at Augusta International Golf Course than stand up here, but I'll make it through. Okay. I have a question. How many of us, as children, were told to be quiet? Yes? I have a tougher question. How many of us as adults have ignored the voices of the children around us because we didn't think they had the wisdom? That's a hard-handed race. As a child, I was often told, sit still, be quiet, and let the adults talk. It was a generational rule that went unquestioned. Mr. Geary, you and I are about the same. We're in the same generation. Have you ever been told to sit still and be quiet as a child?
As a child, I was told that by my wife last night.
There you go. There you go. So, unfortunately for some, that rule has been passed down like a tradition. The phrase, children should be seen and not heard, carries with it centuries of social and cultural expectations that have shaped how we view children and their voices in today's society. But what happens if we flip this saying on its head? What if we start off with the premise that children should be both seen and heard, what would that look like? What would that look like in our families, in our societies? What would that look like in our future? If we just listen to the voices of children. Well, tonight, we're going to get that opportunity. Tonight, we'll find out how our children's voices can help motivate us and educate us and enlighten us. You will hear from 6 insightful, courageous Uniondale scholars, idea generators, whose words will hopefully make you a better person and perhaps change you into a better version of yourself. For those who don't know what these letters are back here, TED is an acronym for Technology, Entertainment, and Design. TED is an organization that shares powerful and impactful talks. And I'm proud to be a TED Ed leader, an official TED Ed leader. Thank you. The Habit of Minds is how our TED Talks were created. The Habit of Minds are essential thinking skills and dispositions that help our children become better thinkers and better problem solvers. And here at Grand, we implement the Habit of Minds on a daily basis. Tonight's idea generators found the passion. They matched it up with a habit of mind. They did some research and they created their talks. Now, I got this spotlight. I can't really see everybody, but can you, for the parents who are the parents of the 6 children that are speaking tonight, you just raise your hands. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for sharing your children with our community. Your children are passionate. They are empathetic. They're critical thinkers. They're problem solvers. They are brave. And they're willing to follow through with their dedication beyond their fears. I am very proud of you guys. We worked very hard this year. We started in September. We met weekly. And tonight, what you're going to hear from them, it's absolutely amazing. These are 9-year-old children, 4th graders, and hopefully if you listen really hard, they will change your life tonight. So, with that said, let's begin. I'll be right back. Thank you.
I know you're behind me. Have you ever found yourself staring at something for minutes, maybe even hours, without realizing how much time has passed? You think you're daydreaming, but in reality, it's something deeper, something that may just be working for you, not against you. So now imagine you're sitting in class and the teacher is talking, but all you can do is stare at the wall and the pen in your hand. You're not zoning out. You're not just bored, experiencing something powerful inside your mind. That's tunnel vision at work. Think of tunnel vision as a magnifying glass, focusing the sun's rays onto one spot directly. At first, it seems like nothing's happening, but with time and beauty and impulses, and suddenly you spark something. We've all had moments of zoning out, staring at something without a clear purpose. But this isn't just boredom. Tunnel vision is transforms the act of diving so deeply into one thing that everything else fades away. It's not laziness, it's focus in its rawest form. Tunnel vision is a state of deep concentration, but it's often misunderstood. It can actually lead to some of our most productive or creative moments ever seen. I once had to write an essay. At first, I couldn't focus, but with time, I fell into the state where I couldn't look away from my paper. I ended up finishing it faster than I thought, not because I was forcing myself, but because I was so deeply immersed in the task. The other one reason why tunnel vision is good is because you would get to focus on necessary stuff, and yeah, you would end up with good results after focusing. And yeah, it's uh, it's when you are busy or it's when you are in emergency. Tunnel vision is great for you in all ways, but people misunderstand it and think it's bad because people may think you are focusing at something else. People want you to focus at them and other certain things. Many of the greatest inventions happened when someone was just staring at something and letting their mind wander. Einstein was known to daydream about the laws of the universe while walking. Tunnel vision and daydreaming are the distractions. They're a form of creative problem solving. So, the next time you're staring off into space, don't feel guilty. You're not zoning out or wasting time. You're creating the conditions for something bigger to happen. Tunnel vision and daydreaming isn't a flaw, it's a doorway to a world of possibilities waiting to be discovered. Thank you for hearing my TED Talk.
Good evening. Did you know that scientists believe that dance can rewire your brain? Taking risks on the dance floor can make you more courageous in every part of your life, whether it's speaking up at school or chasing after your dreams. Dance isn't just about rhythm and movement, it's a metaphor for life. Taking responsible risks through dance can unlock new opportunities, break boundaries, and teach us to embrace vulnerability, creativity, and growth. I was terrified to dance in front of others. My first dance class, I stood frozen at the back of the room, too scared to even move. But today, I can tell you that dancing changed my life. And I'm not just talking about my moves. It taught me how to take risks, face failure, and keep going. Over 75% of people say that they would feel nervous dancing in front of a crowd. But what if that one moment of discomfort could transform your self confidence and creativity forever? Responsible risks don't mean reckless moves. They mean calculated risks with the mindset that it's okay to fail and that failure is part of the journey. In dance, we might trip, slip, or misstep, but each mistake teaches us something valuable. It's the same in life when we're trying to innovate, make big decisions, or challenge the status quo. My biggest competition struggle is when I was backstage and I was going over my group's dance and I forgot a piece of choreography. And I went on stage as soon as they called my group's dance. As soon as I heard the music, it all came back to me. I was in the zone. Think of your comfort zone as a stiff, tight pair of shoes. Dance isn't just about rhythm, it's about learning to step outside those shoes and feel free to move however you want. So the next time you step onto a dance floor or face any challenge in life, remember this. You're not just trying to get through it, you're learning, growing, and becoming someone who knows how to take risks with grace. Your next big step is just one brave move away. The true power of dance and life itself isn't in perfection. It's in the courage to step out, take risks, and learn from every step along the way. What risk will you take today? Thank you for listening.
Hi, my name is Malaya, and I want you guys to do me a favor. Close your eyes for a moment. Picture this. You're standing in the kitchen, frying chicken. You smell the spices, hear the sizzling oil, and you feel the crisp texture of the batter. And you see the magic happening right in front of you. You may open your eyes now. What if I told you this simple everyday task could help you unlock deeper focuses, creativity, and even more meaningful connections in your life? The first time I ever cooked fried chicken was when I was 8, when my aunt offered me to help her. I said sure, but inside I was really scared because I didn't want to get burnt. Then, a few minutes later, my aunt told me to flour the chicken. I was like, oh, okay, because that's not too hard. Soon I started to get better because earlier the flour was all over the floor. Yes, I cleaned it up. Then my aunt came back and put the chicken in the pot because she said I was gonna get burnt. But in my head I was like, I'm not gonna get burnt. Then my aunt looked at me like she knew what I said. When the fried chicken was cooking, OMG, it smelled so good, my stomach started growling at me. At school or at work, we focus what's on our screen, but ignore how the atmosphere feels in the room and even the people's emotions. Cooking fried chicken became my moment of sensory awakening. Watching the transformation of the chicken's color and texture tells us when it's perfectly fried, guiding our actions. The crackle and pop of the oil
tells us the oil's temperature and the chicken's doneness. The aroma gives immediate feedback on seasoning, freshness, and heat. The feel of the batter, the weight of the chicken, and the texture once it's cooked. These small details guide us without words. The final moment when we experience all the work we've put in. We often go through life on an autopilot, neglecting the vast amounts of data our senses are constantly collecting. Cooking fried chicken is one example, but what if we applied this sensory awareness to our work, relationships, and even challenges? How much more could you experience in a day if you engage all your senses in everything you do? Next time you cook something as simple as fried chicken, ask yourself, what are my senses telling me? Be present in the moment. Let all 5 senses guide your experience. The more we engage with the world, the more alive we become. Thank you for listening.
You know, we practiced this. I think we've had 2 full rehearsals this week, plus we had a morning run through. And so, I mean, I'm just so proud of the 3 girls, and I know I'm going to be proud of the next 3 students that are coming up. They have worked so hard, and I am so happy that they are delivering exactly what I expected from them. This is not easy. A real TED Talk is about 18 minutes long. A professional TED Talk is 18 minutes long. Children their age are expected to have a TED Talk for about 4 minutes. Those 3 went over that time. And the fact that even though they had their cards with them for security, I also had my cards for my security, they hardly had looked at it. And they were moving the cards as they just knew where the words were. So I'm proud of you girls. You practiced. Before we move on, there's a few people I'd like to thank. Tom Anderson is not running this place with me. I'm not sure what happened to the lights, but we'll fix those lights. I want to thank, the signs were made from Mr. Savarese over at Turtle Hub Middle School and his amazing 3D printer. I thank Mr. Brown and Mr. Franz from Building and Grounds. They built this stage extension. They put up the curtains. I thank my colleagues for coming and staying and watching, also their students. Thank you, Mr. Vegas, for taking his time and doing the sound, Mr. Gary for doing announcing, Mr. Peter Hazel for all this high-tech stuff. Before I go on, Ted, I've been following Ted since 2007. I've had, I watch it, I listen to them as if I was just listening to a playlist of music. So when Dr. Dias came to me in September, knowing that I enjoy the TED Talks, she says, I got something for you. And it was a perfect opportunity to do this. I think this is the finest, one of the finest academic programs that you could have. I think we just discover more things from children that we don't normally discover from them as teachers. As teachers, we get to know if they're good at math, good at reading, we sort of know what they like, their favorite color. But to sit down and really listen to children and about their passion and about what they know about life, we have to open our ears more to children. I'm just, again, so proud. Okay. The upcoming TED Talk features Dr. Nakul Kakari, a third-generation orthopedic surgeon. I had the distinct pleasure of meeting Dr. Kakari 4 years ago during a period when I was grappling with debilitating chronic pain that hindered my ability to walk, stand, or even sleep. Thanks to Dr. Kakari, I am now free from pain, a true life-changing experience. However, it was not solely Dr. Kakari's surgical expertise that prompted me to invite him here this evening. At my age, I have encountered numerous physicians, but during a routine checkup with Dr. Kakari, I was profoundly impressed by his dedication and compassion for patient care. This level of empathy is something I had never experienced with any other doctor. In that moment, I suggested that he should deliver a TED Talk. He leaned back, threw down his glasses, and asked me to elaborate on my vision. I am eager for you to all be not only my doctor, but also my friend. To the stage, Dr. Kakari.
This is incredible. Look at me. Brown skin, bald head, dangerous looks, a name nobody can pronounce, thick accent. Most people need subtitles to understand me. But yet, here I am, invited to give a TED Talk. Imagine that. That right there is the magic of America. Take a second. Just breathe. In, out. Brace up. This talk is going to rattle you. It's going to shake you up. And the discomfort, that will never leave. After this talk, I promise you, you will never see America the same way again. I come from the world's largest democracy to the world's oldest. India and America. As different as spicy curry and apple pie. Different words. But scratch the surface and the stories rhyme. Both are incredibly young countries. Babies in history's timeline. Babies. India, born 1947, America, born 1776. One not even 100 years old. The other, barely over 250. They both were ruled by the British. They both tasted oppression. They both chose freedom. And today, both India and America both have economies larger than the empire that once ruled them. And the British, they too were once ruled by the Roman Empire. And the Roman Empire, once eternal, now extinct. History has never let an empire last forever. Empires rise, empires fall. Let's rewind back to America in 1776. Only white male property owners could vote. Slavery was legal. Women had no voice. This nation was in shackles. Fast forward to today. We are the leader of the free world. We are the world's largest economy. We are home to the most powerful military in history. We ended World War II. We invented the internet. We put a man on the moon before most of the world could put color in their televisions. And yes, we lead in philanthropy by a margin no one else comes close. Think of it. The human race has not seen anything like this before. We have equality, we have rights, we have liberty, we have opportunity, the likes of which do not exist anywhere else on this planet and never did. Imagine that. That right there is the magic of America. Let's look at some numbers behind this magic. Half of Fortune 500 companies are founded by immigrants or their children. Nearly 1 in 4 small businesses in America started by immigrants. Nearly 1 in 3 Nobel Science Prize winners awarded to immigrants. About 1 in 4 doctors in America, foreign born. I'm one of them. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. And let me share with you something deeply personal. I get to do something sacred, something divine, something extraordinary. I have the privilege to alleviate physical pain, suffering. I help my patients get their life back. And I can tell you with absolute confidence that nowhere on earth can I care for my patients the way I do here in America. This country gave me the tools, the freedom to innovate, and cutting-edge resources to operate at the highest level. You will see the American flag in all my offices, not something that you commonly see in a doctor's office. It's not decoration. It's a reminder of the ability this country gave me to provide world-class care. Providing exceptional care without compromise has always been my dream. It's not a dream anymore, it's reality. I'm living the dream. And we have the foundation that makes this country great. We have checks and balances, we have due process, fair courts, real justice. Not a single day goes by when I don't think to myself, this is another good day in the United States of America. When I fly internationally, there's one moment that does not change. The moment I land back in the United States, I feel good, truly good. Imagine that. An immigrant having that feeling in a foreign land. Imagine that. That right there is the magic of America. Before we celebrate too much, I have to offer a warning. And that should make you very uncomfortable. Too many of us have started complaining. Too many of us have started taking everything for granted. Too many of us have forgotten history. And history does not forgive those who forget. The Roman Empire, the Mongols, the Qing dynasty, once unstoppable, now gone. It wasn't enemy at the gate. It wasn't war. It was comfort. It was pride. It was entitlement. Failure to adapt, failure to change, failure to remember what made them magical in the first place. Rome didn't fall in a day. It died by 1,000 cuts, each one self-inflicted. And think about it. The ancient empires lasted for centuries. The modern ones, they don't seem to last as long. Every century or so, a great power rises and then falls. The Portuguese in the 16th century, the Dutch in the 17th century, the British in the 18th and 19th century, and now America in the 20th and 21st century. The clock is ticking. So, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to protect what we have, or be the reason that it fades? America's magic does not have to be only in its past. We have to ensure it's in its future. And that future, it's in your hands. Is America perfect? No. No. But this is as good as it gets. And it is precious, and it is ours. Why am I the one talking about it? I did not inherit America. I earned it. And those who earn it often understand it better than those born into it. Here's what matters most. You are the magic of America. Not the flag, not the monuments, you. So be the magic that makes this world a better place. And do it. Not only for yourself, not only for this country, but for humanity, for the whole world. So one day, no one will point at a flag. No one will point at a monument. They will point directly at you and say, that right there is the magic of America. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Brittany. Think back to the last time you felt completely vulnerable, lost, overwhelmed, or uncertain. Who was that one person you called? That one person who knows your flaws but still chooses to stand by your side? I'm here to tell you that one good friend might be the most powerful asset you could have in life. This is my friend Emily, my BFF. We have plenty of playdates with each other. We dance and we do each other's makeup. It feels awesome to have her as my BFF. Emily is that one person who knows me on those rare bad days. She hugs me and tells me I'm by your side. She is very comforting and a loyal friend. I would describe my relationship with Emily as pure happiness. We laugh over the silliest things and giggle all the time. Happiness is our friendship. A study conducted by the Harvard Study of Adult Development followed individuals for over 75 years. The most profound discovery: the number one predictor of long-term happiness wasn't wealth, career success, or even physical health. It was having strong, stable relationships, specifically with people who would support you in moments of crisis. Good friends don't just comfort us, they challenge us, they hold us accountable, they teach us to grow and to stretch beyond our comfort zones. One of the most powerful things a friend can do is offer constructive criticism in a way that feels like a gift rather than a judgment. So as we walk through this complex, fast-moving world, let's not forget the incredible power of one good friend. In a culture that often celebrates quantity over quality, we must remember that one single genuine connection can be more transformative than 1,000 superficial ones. My challenge to you today is this: instead of searching for more, seek the depth of one. Reach out to the friend who's always been there for you and remind them of how much they mean to you. And if you don't have that person yet, know that there is someone out there waiting to build that connection with you. Think about your life right now. Who is that one person who stands by you through thick and thin? Have you thanked them today? If not, what are you waiting for? Thank you for listening.
Mom? Mom? I'm gonna go get Charlie. Charlie! Charlie! That's Charlie for you. When was the last time you looked in something in awe? Not just an interesting moment or a fleeting moment, but something truly magical. Did you know that 90% of humans spend their time lost in thought, disconnected from the world around them? Now imagine a creature like a dog who lives in the present, experiencing every little detail with wonder. Awe is not a luxury, it's a tool for better living. Studies have shown that awe can increase gratitude, lower stress, and improve physical health. It's not just an abstract feeling, it has real measurable benefits. Our brains are wired for awe. Research from the University of California found that awe makes us feel more connected to others and to the world around us. It literally changes the way we perceive time and stress. When I watch my dog, Charlie, chase after a ball with the same excitement he had the first time, I realized he isn't just playing, he's teaching me to live fully in that moment, to drop everything and just be present. Charlie's experiences with Wonderment could be a model for us. Whether it's sniffing a tree, watching a bird fly by, or finding a simple stick, Charlie approaches each moment with pure joy. Share a specific moment where Charlie's Wonderment caught you off guard. One day, Charlie stopped, mid-walk, his nose to the ground. He was so caught up in the scent, I stood there waiting for him. It was in that pause I understood. We rush through life, but there's so much we miss when we do. Picture this. Charlie's eyes wide with wonder as a butterfly flits past him. He doesn't question it. He doesn't dissect it. He just feels the magic in the moment. Charlie's joy is like a compass, always pointing to the wonder in the world. His tail, excuse me, Charlie does not have a tail, he has his butt. So his butt wags with the excitement, reminding me that the smallest things can be the most meaningful. It's as though every day is a new discovery, and that's the secret. Charlie sees as a mystery to be solved, not a problem to be endured. We've all been there, so caught up in our own thoughts that we forget to look around. I encourage you to be like Charlie. Step out of your routine and let the world amaze you again. Be curious, be present, and all above, let yourself be filled with wonder again. Because when you see the world through the eyes of awe, life becomes not just something we experience, but something we truly feel. Thank you for your time.
Hello, my name is Angeli, and I am excited to share my passion for gymnastics. This sport is just an activity for me. It is something I want to pursue for the rest of my life. Picture this. You're balancing on a beam no wider than a notebook. 4 feet off the ground, your heart is racing, sweat dripping, and your body is shaking. One misstep and you could fall. Now, what if I told you this is just a metaphor for everything we face in life? When I first entered the gym, I struggled with the basic skills, like the cartwheel and handstand. It was frustrating not being able to perform these moves, and I felt disheartened. However, weeks later, I persevered and finally learned those skills. I reminded myself to keep pushing forward even when I felt tired. As I owned my skills, I became one of the best students in my class. My straight legs and pointed toes helped me stand out. One day, I attended practice, expecting a typical day, but something unexpected happened. A coach who teaches at a higher level than my regular coach noticed me. She encouraged me to try advanced skills like the back walkover, front walkover, and back handspring, which I can't do for you guys today because the TED Talk leader told me not to without a mat. Anyways, despite the challenges, I was promoted to level 4, moving up 2 levels. I felt incredibly proud of myself for not giving up. I discovered that the team had routines for all events, 4 vault beam bars, and my coaches affectionately called me the bar queen. Once I became comfortable with the routines, I was able to perform them independently. This journey has not only taught me valuable skills, but has also instilled me a strong sense of determination and resilience. Did you know that gymnasts fall an average of 300 times a year in practice? But here's the kicker. Only 10% of gymnasts will quit. Why? Because this sport teaches us something profound about perseverance that you can find in a classroom or a book. Resilience in gymnastics isn't just about strength. It's about the mind and how it processes setbacks. Gymnasts learn mental toughness, the ability to overcome fear, doubt, and frustration. This skill applies to life outside the gym. According to a study by the American Psychological Association, athletes who deal with failure early on have higher levels of emotional intelligence later in life. Next time you face an obstacle, whether it's big or small, remember the gymnast. Remember that every setback is an opportunity to rise stronger than before. And don't let the fear of falling stop you from trying again. Because in the end, the greatest victory isn't about how many times you succeed. It's about how many times you get back up after falling. Remember that beam I asked you balancing on earlier? Tiny, wobbly, almost impossibly high. The floor seems so far away, but you know that if you don't find your balance, you'll fall. Life is just like that. It's about finding your footing, even when the world feels like it's tipping. Thank you for listening to our TED Talks, and thank you so much for attending our very first TED Talk at Grand Avenue School. Thank you.